I'm here in the Davos Pavilion inside the Ice House now with Moises Naim. Delighted to be with you here.
Pleasure, Edie. Thanks for inviting me.
What are your thoughts on this Davos?
It's a great paradox. These days, this must be one of the highest concentrations of powerful people in the world here. And at the same time, the mood that you have in the conversation is how little can get done. How power to get things done is not there. Everybody is very anxious, very concerned about the immigration crisis in Europe, this massive movement of people towards Europe, the biggest since the Second World War. Everyone says that it's urgent, that something has to be done and has to be done collectively. No country acting alone will deal with it effectively, and yet there is no power to assemble the coalitions that are needed to do that. In the world of energy, in the world of media, in the world of finance, in the world of geopolitics, the theme is the fragmentation of power, how power is so hard to use these days, so hard to acquire, so easy to lose.
You've written about ideological necrophilia. Do you see some of that here?
Yeah, I do. The ideological and ideas necrophilia is this passionate love for bad ideas, for ideas that have been tried and tested around the world many times, and they never work, and they create a lot of human suffering, companies that go down, governments that underperform, and yet they are embraced very passionately by leaders.
Like what are some of these ideas?
Well, more recently, not necessarily here, but if you hear the debates in the United States and you hear candidates proposing isolating the United States, extraditing 12 million immigrants like Mr. Trump has suggested, or isolating the countries. In Europe, you hear all these calls to create and erect barriers and moats and fences and walls to prevent people from migrating. So at the time when the world needs more integrations and more higher capability of acting together, we see this embrace of this very bad idea of fragmenting different cultures, nations, regions.
What does get things done if it's not power?
No, it is power, but it's power understood in a 21st century way. It's power that is understood that doesn't come necessarily from the barrel of a gun or from a big balance sheet. It has more requirements.
Like what? Give me an example.
The ability to persuade more than to order, the ability to motivate, to rally, to engage, and to lead far more than pressure people into doing things that they would rather not do.
Thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion
Thank
here
you.
in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.